Hello, hello, and welcome to Sales Tower. How you doing? I'm your boy Sales. Oh, what's up? I already had some people waiting for me. I'm sorry to make you wait. What's up? What's up? Much love and light. Thank you for chilling with your boy. I'm hoping you're having a good day. Of course, you know my thing would start off when they want to do this. Positivity, positivity, right? Cool. So yeah, much love and light. I hope you're doing good. Um, the open statements and stuff. When it comes to you being you, right? Nobody could be you better than you. And there's times where you might be infatuated with something or some situation or whatever it may be. Just like they say with life, don't fall asleep on certain things, right? What's good? What's good, Mika? What's up, Dennis? What's good, Pennington? What's good, Quinta? Or Quinta, I should say. Darling, this is not personal reads. I'm just giving one specific read for the day. I feel you. If you want that read, you know how to hit your boy in the box. Um, I just want to say, right, like, don't fall asleep. Don't paint things different colors than what they really are. Sometimes you get so complacent, you get so happy, you get so dazed, you know, and you fall into the hole. If it keep knocking you upside your head, wake up, stay up. It is what it is. Right? Keeping it real. So basically, as long as you keep your focus, you should be all right. Nothing's guaranteed in life, but it is what it is, right? Have your wits about you. Alright, so I ain't gonna try and drag this out. Now have a cool, chill, positive energy. And I think I want to use this one. So I'm gonna use 3 different decks today, specifically. Because this one act like 4 decks in itself. I love this thing. I don't know why it took me so long to get it. Well, let's see what's good. Let's see what your messages is for today. Sorry I took a little bit too long. Went into a whole kind of meditation stage, yo. If you really fuck with me on a daily, then if you check my community tab, my opinions are my opinions. But if you care to share my opinions, you could check those out. A little something to tingle your mind. Also, you know, I'm Sales Taro on Facebook as well. What's good on Brass? Much love I like. What's good down there? My boy. Oh, you ready? Yeah, I mean, just view them things when you have chance, right? You might wonder. And this time we're gonna do this spread a little different. Cater to somebody that I truly favor. That's a really good reader. The way she reads, it's a specific type of read. So I'm gonna do that today. And we're gonna see how that turns out. All right. So forgive me as I get these together. Trying to get them in a certain kind of manner so that we can read them the right way. I don't like doing that. Get them together off screen. I mean, some higher level people are different on that, but I like you to see that these things actually flying out my goddamn hand. I don't know. Some people would rather me do it like this, but you know, is what it is. Yeah. So we need 3 more, right? 1 second. Oh, this thing getting deep already. I didn't even get into it yet. After this, you know what? For y'all, I will jump back on here and I will do some free readings. Cool. Since you're hanging with me now, jump on this live after this one. But still trade for this message because I think this one gonna be a good one, right? Let's get into the nitty-gritties. So to start off the real way, it could be possibly that you're not exactly believing a situation. Like I said, stay awake, don't always fall asleep. And the reason being, it could be with your lover. Now, it could be that you feel like you're not necessarily knowing the person for who you thought they were. It could be a situation where you thought that it was a different kind of vibe, you know? So now you're questioning a new path. See? You're looking more deeply into it with a more intuitive view now. It's not just about infatuation. It's not just about lust, you know? It's more so of a questioning or on the fence if you want to create a certain situation. Now, as this goes along, you not necessarily believing a certain situation could end the tower, right? Could involve a family matter or a family situation. It could involve a third party situation as well. Or you're on the fence because you necessarily don't know if that one is involved. Could definitely be because the lovers came out here twice, which is interesting, in the same place. Very interesting. So you might not exactly know mindset wise if there's a third party situation between you and your lover. And whether you're in this, you're kind of just taking your time. You're kind of giving a slow motion to it, right? Okay, could be an Aries in it. So you're wondering if you should be guided towards this situation. Now, you could travel or go towards a different kind of vibe here if you want to create or no, if you want to leave or no, right? So it could be a loss that came from said situation as well. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we have on the ethereal, it's hard to say, ethereal vision sometimes for me. You could be like, it's a little cold, right? Or you feel a little cold in said situations. Now, you're wondering if you're guided or you have guidance. Now, you might not have been taking care of yourself necessarily the way you wanted to or you should have been. Now, when it comes to these, you're kind of vibing on a different kind of level. And I feel like a wave sensation going through, right? Now, if you don't necessarily believe anything when it comes to a lover, it could be, by the way this is coming out here, that there is love there. But the way it came out is the love is here and the love is here. And there's a third party situation right in between, kind of like on the fence. So it could be the reason why the full love is not there, or you're infatuated with something that's not necessarily the same vibe as you or feeling the same vibe as you. But that's necessarily what's in between, that third party situation. So now you're using your wisdom, you're kind of chilling back, you're slowing up, you're taking your steps, you're kind of vibing on a different level. Now you're watching. Don't be paranoid with nothing. What's meant to be will be. And none can stop if Jah decided. See? So as you take your time, you're using your wisdom, you're kind of chilling back, you're watching your feelings. I feel like this is something that you necessarily might move from or might move to, depending on how the flow goes. See, that's that flow I'm talking about. Ultimately, just like I favor the Four of Swords, I feel it's kind of sometimes a depressive card, but the lesson that comes from it is deep, real deep. Like, there was a warrior, however, and this warrior goes off in tobacco. Now, it's a highly favored warrior, prestige, and of course, by this coffin, for you to have like that kind of coffin, kind of like a sarcophagus type coffin, you have to have a certain kind of prestige, right? For you to leave and go off in tobacco, you fight and you leave this casket behind, or this coffin, or this sarcophagus, whatever you want to call it. Reason being is, if you come back, you celebrate by laying in this coffin, or this sarcophagus, or this, whatever you want to call it. The reason being is, you could have been dead in this situation. And if you came back alive, you sit there because you absorbed the moment that you didn't, that there was a change in this situation. It speaks so much about the fool's journey. And it's normally like same a wave, just like the loops that I believe we are in life. I said this in one of my sayings. Good people are always like, why do bad things happen to me? I speak on this because it's not necessarily that it happened to you. It happened for you to be you. If a lesson was given to you by intuition, necessarily, you probably didn't know it. You had to learn a different kind of way. And if in this loop, you needed to learn that lesson, you have a choice of the easy way or the hard way. Now, there's levels to it of how far is needed for you to let this lesson sink in. Trust me. There are levels that you don't want to get to. Then there's levels like in love or finance or just life itself. There's certain situations that you do want to get to in these levels. You understand? There's levels to everything. Life is a game, player. May you always have a one-up. That's way deeper than... Now understand, there are going to be situations and people and things that always try to force you to kind of go where you might not want to go, be what you might not want to be, do what you might not want to do. Ultimately, your life is up to you. But your life is not necessarily your life. What's up? What's up? Don't think I'm ignoring you. I just feel like I should get the message across. You see? So if you follow me, thank you. So in this situation, I guess now you're kind of stepping back. You're getting a little bit colder because you're guided to take care of you. It's not that you're doing it maliciously or negatively, because I don't see much negativity here, especially if it's the end of a tough situation, possibly with a family situation as well. It may not be your family, but when it comes to family, family is family of family of family, like friends of family. Whoever's associated with family is family, believe it or not, when it comes to tarot and my vibe. So we're going to go a little deep into this one. Actually, I'm going to do it just like how we did before. So now you're in your mindset if you want to invest or not. Do you want to further your knowledge within said situation? It seems like you have the tools to manifest, right? But it depends on the end of a third party situation. So it seems like that came up with the lover. A third party situation coming out hard. So it could be a person, place, or a thing. When it's a materialistic venture, it's the earth sign, it's the coins. It doesn't have to be a specific thing. It's a feeling of ownership. Does that make sense? So when it comes to this new path, you're on the fence if you have strength for it. See? Are you led to slow up, or are you led to go in this direction? That's what you're questioning yourself now. I see you're still feeling cold, but that cold is a defense. I'm not saying it's a negative defense, but it's a defense. Because ultimately, I think that you wanted to manifest it. You wanted to create something. You wanted a different type of vibe. Message. So now that you're aware of the circumstances what comes along here, that you're not necessarily believing something to end the tower situation. Now, a tower is not always a bad thing. It could be something that teaches you a different type of level. It's something you need to learn. I call this like the little tree of pigs, because it's like if you build that first one and it break down, that wasn't a proper foundation. That wolf's still gonna come for you and you learn that lesson. If you go to the next one and it still break down, you still ain't learn that lesson. Normally it's 3 times, but if it gone 3 times, that's a level you didn't want to reach to. See me? So most people who are intuitive, they use the intuition and try to get that first one. Because as you get a little bit older in this game, you start paying attention to the rules, right? If you want to advance in level, you use more skill. You get intermediate, till you get master, till you get a certain kind of level where you see the avenues to go. And if you've gone down this avenue already, you know left, right, left, right. It's like if you play a game, you study the levels. Then you look at Becca. Then you add skill. Then you add tactics. Right? Now, you per se might not be a negative person, or you don't want to have a negative mindset with this. You don't feel that you want to think negatively about a leap of faith. How you take this leap of faith depends on, apparently here at the end of the third party situation. Now, your strength is on the border if you want to take the time to create something. See, this ultimately was planned out. This ultimately was set. Because if you look at it, that's just the first layer. See? That's the first layer. Then he took time and planned out to put that specific intricate brick. Now that's a level you raised from. Now you decided that you want to put something here. Now you got to a different level and you decided you want to intricate this. Now, if you got that skill, you're still raising and now you're adding more to it. See? So it's planned, it's learned, it's acquired, it's a skill. It's levels to the shit. Could possibly do with a family situation, like I said. Hold on now. We got one more for this one. You're welcome. So, in your manifestation, you necessarily don't want to lose, but you learn first through transition. A growth, a rebirth from death, a faith to still acquire and the ability to do so. Now, in this transition, there could be some manipulation. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but let me explain that to you. You see how more so this person has this mental manipulation or this hold or this narcissistic grab upon this person, unsuspected, chilling kind of more so. Now, there's roots in there. Do you understand that? That means this took time to do. Right? Cool. Got a double here. So you're trying to use your wisdom, or you're on the fence about using your wisdom, because there's a lie that you debunked. So now, do you want to cut off this situation involving family? or the knowledge to invest something ending a tower. Oh, I guess because of a third party situation, possibly ending or not ending yet, you're debating if you want to run. Either run to or run away from. Now, as you've created this thing and you've grown it, you're on the fence about loyalty. Do you want to take it? Do you want to change it? Do you want to manifest it in a different kind of way? You're now skilled in this game. Since there's a transition coming and you're able to manifest, because you're still able to manifest, I don't see nothing about you not being able to. Do you want to manifest in this direction? See, when you ask for something or you feel like you want a certain kind of thing, it'll definitely be given to you. But it's kind of like a genie that's not necessarily a right person. So they'll give it to you, and it'll hurt you and hurt you and hurt you until you realize that that's not necessarily what you really want. You may not exactly know what you really want or what's good for you. But if you go through this fuckery that you actually asked for, and it fucks you over to a point where you can't deal, then you realize that's not exactly what you want. Right? So in this transition of manifestation that you don't want a loss in, that you might have to go to or go away from, you haven't illuminated everything that's negative there. Thank you, now, big dog. What's good, G? And that, because you haven't illuminated everything that's there, questions your stability. So now, do you want to go in this direction that's possibly being manipulated about your stability? If this resonates, trust me, it resonates. All I hear is, oh my God. Oh. Interesting, because this wanted to go over here. Now, I guess this is questioning on the last one about if you actually want to put in that work. There's many pains here. And that's why you've probably been through too much and still kind of dealing and seeing if you want to really accept anybody's cup. Now, hurt people. Look in depth in that. It's like a spiritual STD. And I say that to most people that I read for now, because I view things a little bit differently as you grow. Like I said, there's levels. If you feel like you're healed yourself to a certain kind of level and you want somebody and this person is fully healed, or vice versa, and you haven't been fully healed, you've probably been 90% healed. It's the same thing as if you go into a relationship with somebody and you're around a person for a long amount of time, you're going to pick up habits from this person. I'm okay. If the person smoke all the time, you're going to smoke all the time. If the person eat all the time, you're going to eat all the time. If the person work out all the time, you're going to work out all the time. If the person's a gamer and you may be whatever, you're going to assimilate a little bit into the person. So you're ultimately kind of like mesh. Now, if you've formed and molded yourself into this person, say you've been with the person for a good amount of time, you start to kind of become them, right? Your yin starts to become more than their yang and vice versa, and there's a drop in each. Now, if you've been molded so much and all you know, because look, there's so many people teachings that's different in so many people's households. So you may not know what was in their household or vice versa, right? Didn't you feel kind of different when you went to your friend's house and you noticed how their family acted compared to how your family act? I know the first thing, they don't do that at my crib, right? So it comes to a point of, if you learned and you formed to that person. When you break off with that person, you go through withdrawal because you're addicted to their energy. It's not so more mad that what they did to you. Yeah, you can get over that. Time heals. But if you go over to this next person, molded for this person, and you're not worried about this person, you're going to mold this person because if y'all in the same vicinity, y'all going to mold each other to the same thing. So if I'm whole and you're damaged, don't you think you're going to damage me too? And what? You just making me turn into that person. If that had worked, wouldn't you still be there? Right? Let's move on. So now that you don't know if you want to run to or run away from, you're kind of like, what now? You've dealt with the burdens, you fought the battles, you survived, you won. Just like the 7 ones, all them people who came at you, ultimately you got the win, right? So what now? What do you feel like you want to do? Are you celebrating? Oh, big message. That thing done smacked me in my face. Boy. Now, you could have many options in your vicinity, none of which you have confidence to go pursue. Because now you're questioning loyalty with the 5 of Pentacles on the side here. See? And it's more so if you want to make something yours and go in the direction and illuminate that to get a good yield, a good prosperous yield, I should say. See? See how hard she gripping that damn thing? Feel like comfort. Feel like you ever have the puppy or the cat kind of like cuddle up to your leg or cuddle up to your toe? It's a comfort situation. If you notice, that cat will purr upon you, or that dog just want to feel you by them. See? That kind of comfort, that kind of stability, not only in grounding, but in heart and in mind. See me? Now, if you want something that bad, but you're unsure to go in that direction, how you gonna feel? You want something so bad, but you can't have it. Or you feel like you can't have it, but you want it. There's a time when I was a little boy, I want candy. Mark, I get some candy. Stop, candy. She said, fuck it. You know what? Put a fucking bowl on a goddamn table. Here your candy. Now I got the candy. I don't necessarily want the candy because the candy there. Does that make sense? So do you really want it? So now you're going through the situations to find out you want that yield. You want that yield bad. And you're taking time, you're putting efforts, you're illuminating every kind of situation. You hear me? Almost look like a Buddha forehead here now. You want everything from heaven and earth to kind of put down into this. Now, if you want something so bad, you're turning off everything else for that thing so bad. Is it here or is it here? Or is it down there? Is it both? Is it a combination? Are you mixed up? Message. So now you're worried about the guidance in the situation. Whoa. See how that thing flip up and catch up in there? So now you're stuck up in your head about putting in the work. You're wondering if you really want to offer this cup. See? Can't make it up. Love these cards, by the way. You're wondering and using all discernment all up in your head because you have wisdom now about this third party situation. Now, how that work out? You thinking about offering something to a third party situation? Now, is that a negative or positive? Because that look like pain to me. You really want to put in the work now? You want to use your wisdom? You want to plant? Look how hard this man holding on to that goddamn sword. Now, you know that he in his head, he have a wisdom to him. Because to get to this kind of level, you have to know something. To get to this kind of trust, you have to know something. To have this kind of crown, you have to be at a certain kind of level. So now, that kind of want I was talking about, you see how he holding that kind of like to the heart. Like he pulling two ventricles apart. Let's go on now. So now you're trying to find patience because you're stuck up in your head. You done plant roots, but it's not too much to be devastational, but you plant roots. You plant roots. It seems like you're not a bad person, not to be happy by yourself, but you planted roots. So now, in the back of your head, but you're still happy by yourself, though. I tell people who come out of hurt relationships, you can't be in a relationship by yourself with somebody. Does that make sense? Right? How you do that? Wouldn't you just be by yourself? No? Could be some kids involved here. Or you trying to preserve something on a longer term basis. Because you're still in that what now, right? So you're having patience to build something physical and materialistic. But as you do so, you feel like your world is coming out of balance. Now, if you have this kind of wisdom, and this is how your world's going, don't you think you're going to sit still and meditate? Try to make new abundance and new growth? Let's continue on. Yet this thing's still here. Look a bit of mental manipulation. So is the reason your abundance not there because of the manipulation? Manipulation, excuse me. What's good, Miss Vet? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, my boy Pennington, yo. Now, since you're illuminating everything, you don't necessarily want to hear anybody mouth. Or maybe this person chat too much and you want to shut them up. Can't make it up. You see the QR come on. I feel like I want to get one more with that. So you have all the tools to manifest, so you just don't want to be manipulated. Is that your level? Or are you on this level? You may not know everything. But if you have all the tools to manifest and create the situation, is it because you don't want to or you can't? Google ain't too far away. Asking help ain't too far away. Closed mouths don't get fed. Right? So now you want to come out this forest. You done planted into it already. You done invested in it already. There's growth, there's prosperity everywhere, but still in the back of your head, that little bit of drain and negativity there. See, look. You don't see it here, so? So now, your head may be in the clouds. Is it really what it is? Did I really take this journey for that far? Now imagine the 8 of cups, you walk away, and this is what you walk into. No? Maybe I'm saying the wrong number, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You walk away from something, you don't build up. You don't create it. You put the first layer. You plan out, you put the window, you put a door. The house half finished. And you walk away. And you walk into this. What you gonna do now? Don't you kind of question yourself? Should I just finish the goddamn house? But if you build it on a bad foundation, why would you continue? That wolf just gonna blow it down, right? So now you're questioning your stability. You're wondering, woe is me. You have feels, and people trap you like that. But you're questioning, should you put in more effort? If you're putting in effort and more hurt coming out, why are you putting in effort? You know your value, right? Hello, Veron. How you doing? Excuse me, Veronica. You're not a dude. Veronica. Hello, hello. So if you put in effort, you should know your value. And you shouldn't, listen, I learned, you shouldn't try and get nobody back. Karma do not like their job taken. But they love to watch you try to do better than them. Not a person, karma. Now, patience is an equal teacher. Patience will love to make you wait when you hate to wait. It's like, I think sometimes when you play chess, that's the reason why the guy made the clock. You're tired of saying, hurry up, go. Just jittery on. Because you're already 2 moves ahead. 3, 4 moves ahead, but that person's still there. Like, pick up the piece, put the piece back down in the same place. The fuck? But it's a thing. All right, it's gonna be the last go around for this bad boy. Because I gotta close up this thing. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to give you reads too. Thank you for chilling with me though. So, you're wondering about your wisdom about it now. Do I cut them off? Do I cut them off? Because you're on the fence about the same kind of emotion you're giving. Is it going to be given back? See, I have questions about secure now. Because when you're happy, you're celebrating and you're giving off a vibe, like a show, like a say with your chest, like you're good. But then it feel like you the joke in the dunk tank when you don't get it back. Right? No? And everybody love to throw at that guy, don't he? So now you're in your mindset. And you believe that's the way you should go. Now, you're trying to have patience with building something. But as you're building it, your world is not turning the right way. So now you're trying to kind of control the situation mentally in your head, right? And you believe that's the way to go. But the question is, when you try to control something, if you ever lost a video game, if you ever lost a person, if you ever lost a situation, does it go the way you want it to go? I always get on people for setting an appointment to get mad. Pig's gonna fly. And you're sitting there staring at that pig. Not moving. You're getting slowly mad and mad. Fuck, fly, pig, fly. That shit ain't flying. Now, you're vexed. What made you think in your head that because you set that upon that thing, That's gonna do what you wanted it to. And when it don't, you piss the fuck off. So is it their fault or yours? Why you set that appointment? You might as well pull out your phone on the 4th of June. I gotta be pissed the fuck off because the pig ain't fly. That makes sense? I set that appointment, right? Just like when you went to somebody else's house, they had a different upbringing, no? So you expect them to act like your upbringing, but they're not. So you set an appointment to get mad. So now, you in your head. And you have all the tools to manifest a situation, but you're not. Why? I love you guys. If you're gonna nurture it, try and be happy while you do so. Don't just do it because somebody else wants you to. Right? Love and light. I gotta say in a few, right?